All right. Hey, guys. This is me, Tanya P. Um, just getting home from class. I am studying middle grade education. Yes, I am going to be a middle school teacher, so wish me luck. Um, anyway, my classes are at the Douglas County campus this time around, and that's a nice little drive. It just gives me time to be to myself and think and, process some things and reflect on some things. And I wanted to share with you guys a few things that have been on my mind for quite some time now. Um, the biggest thing is the violence that is out here in this world. And the most troubling thing about it is it's not really even just the young people anymore. There are people out there like my age, like 40 years old, and still willing to fight like they're in high school. Well, I'm not really 40, not yet. But I just feel like 40 is going to be such a beautiful age that I have decided to just take the advantage of it. I am 38 now, so I tell people I'm 40. I'll be 39 in October, and I'll still say that I'm 40. And then next year, I'll just finally be 40 for real. So, my point is, though, that there are people out here who don't think twice about their age. They bear absolutely no discretion when it comes to fighting and acting a fool. So here's the deal. Yes, I am 40, and personally, I would like to never engage in another fight for the rest of my life. If I never fought another fight for the rest of my life, that would be just perfectly fine by me, but sometimes you are, pushed to the limit, or you are, in the middle of a scenario where you can't just walk away. So, under those circumstances, then yes, by all means, protect yourself, do what you got to do to handle the situation at hand if you cannot walk away. But me personally, I am going to try my best to walk away. Now, just know if you insist on it, I ain't no punk now. So just know I can get to the business with you. I would rather not. I would absolutely positively rather not fight. But if you insist on it now, I ain't no punk. So like I said, I will get to the business with you. However, there's going to be a process. I'm going to have to ask you to sign a fight contract. So more than likely, I'm afraid we won't be able to fight right then and there, because also I'm probably going to be tired and sleepy. So I'm going to have a little power nap before we engage in this physical altercation. So once I get my power nap in, I'll go ahead and get the fight contract drawn up. And then I'm going to have to run to Walmart to find me one of those little extra tight swim caps. And I'm going to have to double up on my head wraps, because I can't have nobody pulling out all my hair. I love my hair. Anybody that knows me knows that I love my hair. So, can't have nobody pulling out my hair. All right. So once I get my power nap, once we get the contract drawn up, once I go and get my little swim cap and everything together, we can link up and go ahead and sign the contracts and have it notarized. I think it costs a couple of bucks. Maybe we can, split the cost to have that thing notarized, and we can get ready to get to the business. But no, once you sign that contract, that means that you are going to comply with the terms of the agreement in the fight contract. And some of the things that are going to be on the fight contract Number one, which is going to be very important, I am going to need for you to actually agree to fight. Okay? That means fight. Like, I think the children say, like, hit. I don't need for you to try to come and shoot nobody. I don't need for you to try to stab nobody. I don't need for you to try to beat nobody with no bat, bash nobody in the face with a bottle, slice nobody up with no straight razor. I need for you to just, let's come on and hit, okay? Let's just hit. All right. Number two, there is going to be a one-on-one clause. That means it's going to be a one-on-one fight. You know, we're not going to do this whole 20 and 30 people fighting at one time, because by the time that many people start fighting, like for real, you really don't even know who you're supposed to be fighting with. So chances are you could like sock your partner and not even realize that. I don't even think people think about that when they engage in these 20 and 30 people fights, you know. All right. So number three, we're going to have to agree to not put this thing on Facebook, because it's going to be tons of people trying to record it. People going to be all in the way. You're only going to get bits and pieces of the fight. So you're really not even going to be able to enjoy it any old way. So unless you're there to see that thing, you know, unfold live and in action right before your eyes, you're going to just miss out, because that brings me to number four. It's not going to be a very long fight. Like, who in the world has the energy to fight for like 15 and 20 minutes? I'm thinking maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute if I'm not too tired and sleepy. But rolling into that minute, I'm going to need for somebody to be breaking this thing up. All right. Nice little stopwatch would be handy, because rolling into that 1 minute mark, I'm going to need for somebody to be breaking this thing up. Don't nobody want to fight all day long. Okay. So now we're at number five, which is also very, very important. I need for you to understand that I am only going to agree to fight with you like one time. We're not going to do this whole fight every time we see each other. You know, now 20 years ago, I might have been ready to fight you like every single time I saw you. But like now, cannot stress the fact that more than likely I'm going to be tired and sleepy. So I would rather not fight any old way. But if you insist on fighting, then just know, you know, we're only going to fight one time. You know, I'm not going to roll through your neighborhood and jump out and fight, and you roll through my neighborhood and jump out and fight, because I have 3 cops that live in my neighborhood. So just know, after that one fight, you roll through my neighborhood, I'm going to sick my neighbors on you. Just be done with it, okay? All right. So if you're willing to comply with the terms and agreements on the fight contract, then hey, let's get to the business. Let's do it. But if you don't want to agree with these terms on this contract, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to decline your offer to fight. You know, like, who in the world wants to fight without a fight contract? Okay. Now that I finally said all that stuff, and almost managed to say it with a straight face, was that not the most ridiculous, foolish thing that you have ever heard in your life? Absolutely. Absolutely. The most foolish thing. I agree. 110%. But you know what's even more foolish? All of this unnecessary violence out here in this world. It's just so many people that are ready to fight without a second thought. They don't even stop to think like, oh my goodness, like I might hurt them. You know, I might get in trouble. They might hurt me. They might get in trouble. Somebody might get sent to prison for a very long time. Like, people don't even give that a second thought nowadays. And then we have these cowards out here ready to pull these triggers and take a life. Well, let me tell you something. When you take that one life, you don't only take that one life, you take many lives. You shatter the lives of so many people. You destroy the hearts of mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and grandmas and grandpas and uncles and aunties and cousins and friends. You cause so much strife and grief. You cause these families and friends to endure a pain that I cannot even begin to explain. So, what I need for you guys to understand is when you take one life, you don't only take that one life, you take many, many lives. Okay? Then I also think about this police brutality that literally sickens me. It makes me sick to my stomach because we already have the people who are supposed to protect us, and we really can't depend on them. So, the least we could do is spare our own lives, black, white, purple, green, or blue. Let's spare a life. Okay. My main thing here, the first part of this little video was, for fun. Anybody who knows me knows I ain't trying to fight. I'd rather take a nap. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. So I definitely don't want to fight. And I'm definitely not going to take the time to draw up a fight contract. Okay. My thing that I need for everybody to take away from this, everybody to, give it some serious thought is there's so much violence out here in the world. And if we can do, one thing, like stop for a half a second, think for a half a second, take a deep breath, make a good choice, decide to walk away, that could possibly make a difference. Let's just try our best to stop the violence and save some lives. Stop the violence and let's save some lives.